stay on this topic. The Kremlin promises Russia will respond to EU's restrictions on the movement of Moscow's diplomats. EU bloc countries are moving towards a deal that would force Russian diplomats to notify member states before traveling, letting the governments to deny entry. As per EU diplomats, no formal agreement has been reached yet. Meanwhile, Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov has said that Russia's diplomatic service will formulate proposals and implement them. He has also criticized the European Union, saying they are reviving skills in erecting new walls and further escalating tensions between nations. The Kremlin promises Russia will respond to EU's restrictions on the movement of Moscow's diplomats. EU bloc countries are moving towards a deal that would force Russian diplomats to notify member states before traveling, letting the government to deny entry. As per EU diplomats, no formal agreement has been reached yet. Meanwhile, Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov has said that Russia's diplomatic service will formulate proposals and implement them. He has also criticized the European Union, saying they are reviving skills in erecting new walls and further escalating tensions between nations. Now we go back to our guest discussion with Professor Georgi Toloraya. He's an international affairs expert, joins us live from Moscow. Thank you very much, Professor, for staying with us. Professor, what is this EU's move suggesting? And it seems like EU, instead of negotiating or making a bridge between Russia and Ukraine, they're further escalating by putting up walls, just like the Russian spokesperson suggested. So what do you think this suggests? Professor, you might be muted here.
Peace. That's the difference. Hello?
Yes. Can you repeat? Can you start from the beginning? Sorry, we couldn't hear you.
This is the testimony of Europe's non-desire for peace, because the diplomats' work is to negotiate peace and to work for peaceful resolution. Military people job is to make war. The diplomats' work is to make peace. I'm a former diplomat myself and can say that it's really essential for diplomats to be able to travel at short notice, because that's what needed for negotiations, for carrying diplomatic posts, approaches, to making some urgent missions. And any limitations to their function means the desire to curtail the ability to do their job and to establish peace. This is not surprising on the part of Europe, because they want war. And well, the next step might be the expulsion of diplomats or something like this. I don't know what else to expect from these European elites these days.
Professor, now what are the potential diplomatic and geopolitical consequences of EU's proposed restrictions on Russian diplomats?
Well, the diplomatic tradition, the long-standing for centuries, have been that the counter-affected response with equivalent measures. There will be mutual expulsion or limitation for European diplomats in Russia as well. So this again limits the ability for dialogue, limits the ability for understanding and analysis of the country's policies, which can lead to mistakes, which can lead to another conflict and can result in a catastrophe.
And you've also mentioned that you were a diplomat yourself. How do you see these trends in international diplomacy, and how does it compare to past instances of diplomatic isolation or travel restrictions between rival nations?
That's the worst period for diplomacy for decades, if not centuries. The expulsion of diplomats, the limitations, their ability to do their job, and again that like shutting the eyes of the governments that sent them to the developments in the host country or in their partners. It's very dangerous because it can lead to mistakes.
Thank you very much, Professor Georgi Toloraya, for joining us and sharing that insight throughout this topic all the way from Moscow. Thank you. Now we move on. The resignation of Prime Minister Sebastian Liconu